Hey, hey, hey. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria. I am a 23-year-old woman of transgender experience, and I make mostly LGBT content here on YouTube. If that's your thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you never miss out on a new upload. Welcome back to part 2 of my Q&A. I know, I'm so sorry that I made it into 2 parts. I've been going through a lot these last couple of weeks, so I really appreciate all of your patience and willing to deal with me with this being in 2 parts. But next week we'll be back on top of our regular scheduled content, and I am so super excited. So without further ado, if you have not already seen the first part, what are you doing? Go watch that. I'll link it right up here. Watch that, come back, and without any further ado, let's jump right back on into this Q&A. What hobbies do you have? Doll art, drawing, singing, etc. I don't know what doll art is, but I love plants. My biggest obsession, my biggest hobby is my plants, as you see right here. I have so many plants, so many of them, that I take care of them, amazing care of them. It is very much a full-time job. So that's probably my biggest hobby, that I love my plants. I love taking care of them, repotting them, propagating. I just think it's so interesting. I love to draw also. I actually started college as an art major and I switched to fashion and business. Early in transition girl here, your voice is amazing. I was curious if / what vocal training have you done? I have not done any vocal training like professional or any kind of procedure. I would like to. I feel like my voice is far from perfect. Even talking about it, I feel so uncomfortable. I mean, I transitioned young, so I didn't have like a super deep voice to start. And I just watched a lot of videos like Zoe Alexandria here on YouTube. I've watched so many videos and my voice is definitely not perfect. If you're unsure of if your voice passes, or if you're even just like trying to make a difference, hire a vocal coach. I wish I did, and I might. And if I do, I might like film it, not sure. Any tips or advice for girls in transition who have more dysphoria after coming out? I think that's actually super normal. I don't think that's talked about a lot, and I think like people expect that once you come out and start living your truth that you're gonna feel amazing, but the truth is it takes a long time to transition from male to female. I would say the most important thing is to remember that all of this takes time. It is an incredibly long and arduous process, but you will get to where you want to be. Don't give up, keep your head up, and remember that 9 times out of 10, nobody else is thinking about you. Everyone else is worried about their own insecurities, their own baggage, their own issues. So they're actually not even looking at you and wondering if you're a girl or a boy or anything. So try to remember that, keep your head up, and keep it going. Have you ever dealt with transphobes at work or even in interviews? Absolutely! Absolutely, girl. Oh my God, yes. I remember there was this one time I was working at a Girl Scout camp actually in the kitchen, and this woman was like, Caitlyn Jenner had just come out and like was on the cover of Times and everything. My boss was like,
wow, like that's so crazy that people do that. Like, I don't know, but I would never let my son chop his dick off. Like, that's so like weird and messed up. I would never let someone do that, my kid do that. Wow, I would never accept.
I was like, yeah, no, that's crazy that someone would do that. During transition, did you ever have doubts or fears of not passing or hit a mental wall at times? Yes, absolutely. I think with any kind of transition or journey, you're going to have some kind of self-doubt, or maybe not see where you were at the starting line when you're halfway through. I remember thinking for the longest time, and still sometimes now, thinking like, I'm never gonna pass. Like, I'm always gonna look the same. I'm just, you know, I sound like a man, I look like a man, I'm disgusting, like all this kinds of stuff. And not only is that negative self-talk harmful, it's also not true, because I look back to how I looked at the beginning of my transition and I don't even recognize that person. Take pictures, take videos along your way, and remind yourself that you have come so far, even just speaking your truth, even if you make no other advancements. That weight off your chest makes you a more beautiful person. And I am so proud of you for every step that you take. Remember, it is a slow process. It is called a transition for a reason. And make sure that you document your way along, because just like a weight loss journey, you might not see it right away because you look at yourself 24/7. But if someone hasn't seen you in like months, and then sees you now, they're gonna be like, what? What are your thoughts on size? Yes or doesn't matter? I always say it isn't the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. I have had experiences with people that were perfectly well endowed, and it was still kind of like a kind of experience, you know what I mean? And I've also had my shit rocked from somebody on the other end of the spectrum. So it really depends, and bottom line is no. What is your absolute favorite pig out food? I've talked about this before. If you know me, you know I am the biggest sucker for candy. I know, I have the biggest sweet tooth. I will eat bags of candy. Like if you get me one of those like dollar bags of like peach rings or something, I will fuck that shit up. Other than that, I actually eat super healthy. Like I will snack on veggies non-stop. Oh wait, also, I could eat a whole box of Cheez-Its in one sitting. Something about Cheez-Its. Maybe it's the coarser salt. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it is so freaking good. So Cheez-Its and candy and vegetables. Disgusting combination. Do you have any tips for pre-hormones, reducing arms and shoulder muscles, getting a smaller waist and bigger hips? Really, I would say my biggest word of advice is obviously start hormones as soon as possible, but if you can't do that, I would say just work out, eat right, maybe get a waist trainer, something that can kind of train your waist to be a little smaller to redirect the fat down towards your hips and your butt. I never ever work out my upper body because I didn't want to gain any muscle, and my arms are I have like twig arms, but I can kick, eat right, work out, but only work out maybe your lower body, and wear a waist trainer. Oh, also moisturize. Like drink a lot of water and moisturize your whole body. What's the best thing about being trans? That is a great question. And I feel like most trans people, myself included, always think about the bad stuff about being trans, right? The things that make us target other people, the ways that our lives are harder or more upsetting than others, but there are a lot of upsides to it. And I think one of those is being able to have an inside view from both sides of the gender binary. And what I mean by that is I never lived as a man. You know, I transitioned at 14, so I never existed in like adult men spaces. And even when I was around males, I was never really accepted. I don't know what it's like to live as a man, but I do understand the way that guys talk to each other. I don't know, I think as trans people, we get to see the duality of humans in a way that a lot of people don't. I think people really only get to see one side of the human experience. They get to see the binary of it. They see the male or the female side. I have seen most of the female side, but I've also seen some of the male, and I think that's a really unique experience that I'm really grateful for. How did you grow your hair out and what do you use on it? I'm trying to grow mine out and I'm clueless. Let me tell ya, I feel you, because I had grown my hair out for years. This is the longest my hair has ever been. Excuse my sweatpants, but this is the longest that my hair has ever been. It is currently almost out of my hips. Very long, all mine, thank goodness. I have worn extensions. I have bleached my hair. I have heat styled my hair. I've done absolutely everything to it. And my biggest tip, I'm probably gonna make a whole video dedicated to hair care, but my biggest tips are: do not color, bleach, or chemically treat your hair. Your hair will break the fuck off. Even if it's healthy right now, even if you used Olaplex and you're growing it out and you're so happy and it's blonde and you're like, it's finally growing and it feels so healthy, those hairs are gonna snap. I have a lot of split ends right now. So don't chemically treat it. Drink a lot of water. And also the last important thing is to not use heat on it. I am the biggest culprit of this. I don't really color my hair. I drink water, I'm healthy, things like that, but I heat style my hair and that is the worst. So when I stopped heat styling my hair, usually in the summer, I'll spend like a good 3 months of not touching it with heat. and I'll leave it in a braid or other like heat protective stylings and stuff like that, and it really helps. The amount that my hair has grown when I stopped heat styling it, absolutely obscene. So yeah, stop treating it, drink more water, and stop heat styling it. I promise those will give you crazy results. Have you ever had a threesome? Of course I have. Did you have any anxiety about going on estrogen? Yes, I would say I was a little bit anxious because they were like really drilling in my head that I would be infertile after, but I never had any interest in being the genetic father of my children. If I want my own children, I would want to be the genetic mother. So not really. I mean, like you always have anxiety going into any permanent procedure, like going in for surgeries and stuff. I was always a little like, but were your parents supportive of your transition? They were actually super supportive. So, you know, they weren't like pushing me to transition or anything. They actually, like, I know so many, I could make a whole video about my experience growing up being trans, but you know, they would yell at me for having dolls. They would yell at me for sneaking like nail polish or eye makeup or something when I was getting older. And it wasn't an easy transition, but they loved me and they respect me. And as they got to know the real me and they understood that I wasn't just going through some phase, they have been nothing but supportive. And I am so lucky and thankful to have such wonderful parents. Is it safe to vaccinate while taking estrogen and testosterone blockers? Yes. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my word for it, but I have my COVID vaccine. I am fully vaccinated and I am on estrogen. I'm not on blockers because I've had surgery, but I am on estrogen, so I'm just fine. So maybe ask your doctor, but I would be willing to say that it should not have any issue whatsoever. Do you like download trappers? Fuck no. No, I don't. If you want to be involved with us, be up in our beautiful, warm, godly presences, you need to make that public. And it's fetishizing and it's not hot. So no, I don't like download trappers. Are you still with your boyfriend? Yes, I absolutely am. Chris and I are doing wonderfully. If you guys want a video with him, comment down below. I'm always shy to put my partner online, but like y'all saw our Truly video with like 1 million or whatever views, like I guess I'll put him on. When are you gonna make some porn, baby? I make porn all the time, I just don't post it. I don't sell it, I don't share it, I don't post it. I mean, y'all see that mirror right over there? You see this luxurious bed? Do you get annoyed with having to explain things about trans people that people could just Google? Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, yes, I do. People ask me questions about surgery, even like in person. I know they mean well. Like, I mean, especially if it's someone that I'm close to, like a family member, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions and shed some light on some maybe taboo subjects for some people, but I do get annoyed. I do get annoyed. Maybe Google something before you ask a trans person or a person of color or whatever minority that you're talking to take time out of their already precious days to explain things. But most of the time I am happy to answer. But yes, I do get annoyed. How old were you when you lost your virginity? I don't even know. How old was I? Mom and Dad, if you're watching, click away. I was 14 or 15. I remember who it was with, but I don't remember my age. I was 15. I don't recommend going down that road. That might be a little bit too soon. But I had a very troubled upbringing, so. And to wrap up this Q&A, the last question is, one thing that helped on your journey of self-acceptance and self-love asking for a friend. The biggest thing that helped me learn to love myself and helped me gain confidence is fake it till you make it. I remember growing up middle and high school and I was like the most insecure person ever. Like ever, and people still would always be like, how are you so confident? How do you just do whatever? And I was always under the impression that like, who cares if someone doesn't like it? Like if someone didn't like the way I was dressing but I liked it, I was always like so. But in terms of gaining confidence, I had a playlist on my phone every single day. It was called Kim Kardashian because she was very poppin' at the time. And I had a playlist on my phone of some of my favorite songs, a lot of Lil' Kim, some like Nicki Minaj. I had a lot of like bad bitch songs on, and I would put in both my headphones and I would strut into school, and people would literally be like you walk like a supermodel 24/7, like a little like too much. Like that's not a brag. Like people would be like, you like walk like you're on a red carpet going to math class, bitch. But I was just always so insecure that I had to have that extra confidence. So if you're looking for some self-love, if you're looking for some self-acceptance on your journey, fake it till you make it. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how great you are, how much you love yourself, how beautiful you are. Listen to some songs that hype you up. Talk to people that hype you up. Just convince yourself that you are that bitch, because guess what? You are that bitch, and the only person holding you back is you. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one, but I really appreciate you sticking until the end. If you did stick until the end, leave a comment down below, leaving an alien emoji. Leave me an alien emoji if you stayed until the end of the video. Thank you so much. You are all amazing. I will link all my social media in the description box down below, so you can go follow me there if you want to participate in any further Q&As or future things, lives, anything, interactive content. Please follow me on there. I am so much more active. I did get a lot of personal questions on here about starting a transition or moving or passing and things like that. If you have any personal questions for me, I am available on wisio.com/VictoriaRose. Again, that is wisio.com/VictoriaRose. You can send me any of your requests, questions, cameos, anything, and you can get a 3 to 5 minute long video response from me giving you all of my advice. You can even schedule a FaceTime call with me. You're incredible, you're amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next Wednesday, good luck, I love you, bye.